Oh, my God.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining the hottest YouTube show on this side of the country, the other side of the country, every side of the country. This is the West Coast Podcast, and we're just glad you're here. I'm joined, of course, by the final boss, Knock. How you doing?
Man. It's been a good week. I won my fantasy championship in another league. Uh, and I'm going to Dynamite. West Coast Podcast is going to Dynamite. So excited. We're gonna get a lot of live footage for you guys, so can't wait.
True that, true that. Thank you all in the chat already. Big Boomin, how you doing? Zemo, happy new year to you. Noob and Co, always great to see you. Yeah, if you're going to Dynamite, keep an eye out for a wild knock. Get your picture taken, get an autograph with the final boss himself. And Zach is also here, but he's just getting his audio sorted out, so he'll join in just a moment. We've got, oh, here he is already. Say his name and he shall appear. He never disappoints, just like his love, his hero, John Cena. Zach, how are you doing?
I hate you so much. Say my name 3 times and see what happens.
We got a pretty good show for you guys. We got the weekly recap. We got some mistakes I realized we made in the Poppies end of year awards we have to correct.
Oh gosh.
And we have, of course, we got a little quiz game. Hopefully we can get going for y'all. That's right.
Okay,
The CEO is here. Actually, no, this is something I gotta address. This is something I have to address real quick. I'm tired of ghostwriting pro wrestling. I'm tired of it. I told Tony Khan to stop with his young boys thing. A week later, that's gone. I come up with the Just Us League, and then every YouTuber under God's Son has to be called the Just Us League. Now I work hard at my. I achieved the American dream and become the CEO. Now Mercedes Monet calls herself the CEO. This is some
I just realized that.
absolute bullshit. I'm tired of it. So Mercedes, I like you, but get off of me, all right?
I just realized that, man. That's crazy.
Tired of this shit.
This man, Eric, ever since Eric got on YouTube, he's getting ripped off left and
Yep.
right.
Done.
I mean, Vince is even ripping you off by coming back and ruining all our fun, like you called last week.
Can we get a date stamp? That when Eric first started calling himself the CEO. Can we get that? Like, can we find what that video was?
I want to know. I need to know because I'm tired of it. You know, and if she's subscribed to the West Coast Podcast, that's cool. But she's sharing the love. She's just hogging us. Damn. But let's get into this Monday Night recap. Tsunami, how are you doing? Always great to see you. Monday Night Raw. I honestly don't remember what happened. I think Austin Theory and Seth Rollins had a match for the U.S. title. Austin Theory successfully retains. Good match. Besides that, I don't remember. So,
yeah, it was a good match. They have a lot of chemistry together, man. So definitely check it out if you guys haven't seen it. The only thing is, I believe I love Seth. I don't think he's that good of a seller, though. I think he might be legitimately hurt. He banged his knee in this match, and I think they threw up the X as well. So hopefully he's not a long-term injury. You know he's had problems with his knees, especially towards WrestleMania season. So I hope he's okay.
hopefully. I mean, he's been carrying Raw for so long. I guess it's only
He
so much
has.
that he could take.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, I mean, maybe they should just let him rest. Just let him rest till WrestleMania because I don't know what they have planned for him, but they gotta have him there.
Yeah, definitely needs a Mania match. But he deserves it. He deserves a win too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you think he? I mean, nah. I guess Austin Theory's gonna get somebody else. So I don't know who Seth gets, but
Listen, I know the rumors is John Cena and Logan Paul. I'd take Austin Theory and John Cena. I think you can do that match.
yeah, I'd take it. Would you take
Oh,
Logan?
Vince is back. That's the original one.
Oh, that's right. That's right. His daddy's back.
This is
Anything else from Monday Night Raw stick out to you guys?
shout out to Becky Lynch, man. She's been killing it on the promos. Did another promo tear, and she tag teamed with Mia Yim against Damage Control. So yeah, great match there. We've seen the Cody Rhodes recovery video. He has to be making his return at the Rumble. He has to win the Rumble. I know the poster. I sent you guys a poster in the chat. It's looking electric. We might be having an appearance by The Rock, but I'm going with Cody.
No.
We might get that appearance. That'd be really cool.
And of course, if you check out the wonderful videos that are up on our station, including the one that tickled my funny bone this morning early on, Prison Dom is alive. Thug Life is alive and well. What a joy, what a gift this was on Monday.
Yeah. He's leaning into it, and I dig it. I'm liking it. Judgment Day's been working for him a little bit.
Yeah, man. He has character as a heel. It's good stuff.
Yeah. He's not just Ray's son. Now he's Ray's bully. And as Noob and Co. pointed out, Alexa Bliss turned heel.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, took out Bianca and it looks like she really swung at her because Bianca posted a post the next day and her whole face is swollen.
Ooh.
So Alexa wasn't holding back. And then Alexa went on a tweet, "The bitch is back." Her words.
It's just a big Elton John fan.
I dig it. It's been a while since it's been too long since we had heel Alexa, so I'm down for it. Not counting the Fiend period, but yeah. Anything else? Zemo says he would rather Bobby Lashley wins the Royal Rumble. Sets up Hurt Business versus Bloodline very well.
It would. If we can get that at a pay-per-view, I'd be really excited for that. Zemo, it's been a while since we've seen you, man. What have you been watching wrestling wise? How you been? You seen any of the New Japan Wrestle Kingdom? Did you see when's the last time we saw you? It's been a minute, but good to catch up.
Yeah. And that reminds me, Knock, did you ever count how many predictions you got right in Wrestle Kingdom?
I did not. But I felt like I won. I felt like I was hitting a lot of those predictions.
Well, I'll just say this now. I know I got 6. So if you didn't beat 6, then the champ is still here.
Let's take a look at the card. I'll look at the card and we'll find out the true winner before that show ends.
It would have been a definite win if Kenny Omega, if Tony Khan didn't throw his money around and just buy his little pet wins everywhere.
Oh gosh.
But with that,
did I go for Osprey? I think I voted for Osprey too, actually.
We all did.
Yeah, because it should have been that way. But hey, whatever. Big Boomin asked, "Do you want to see the Hurt Business back?"
Absolutely.
Yeah, I like the tease on Raw, and I'm excited for it.
I'm not gonna lie, they have to convince me because they've broken up so many times.
Yeah,
they've done this weird thing. Like I just don't buy it anymore. Like
I'm willing to ignore it because I know how bad booking was.
I can't.
I just want to say 2 things. They're going to be bringing MVP's brother along almost. I mean, that's the equivalent of like, oh, your brother has to come play with us now. And we're going to say this 20 times during the podcast at least. Vince is back. So
yeah,
here today, gone tomorrow.
That's true. There's still no word on if he's going to do creative though. It's so far his number one thing is the sale, but how long can he just sit in the corner and watch? Oh man. Is that it for Raw? Are we good to move on to NXT?
Let's go.
Before we get into what actually happened, did you guys see Freddie Prinze Jr.'s comments about NXT?
Yeah, yes. He said it was the worst thing he's
the worst thing he's seen. I mean, I would hate to show him Impact, but it sounds like the guy is suffering enough.
Oh, come on. He knows what good wrestling is. I told you, Impact inspired Will Ospreay to join wrestling.
Because he said, I can do so much better than this. I understand. Is NXT the worst thing out there? I don't watch it anymore.
It's not when you have NWA. You could have had CYN out there. I'm sure there's worse stuff. Now when you have Apollo, not Apollo Crews, sorry. Now when you have Carmelo Hayes on the show.
Carmelo Hayes, the New Day. All right, so what happened?
Decent. It's just like their homegrown stuff that are now like from the 2.0 era, like the Brooks and Jensen or whatever. Bad. Chase University, kind of, I don't know. Some people get it. I don't think it's really that great. You know, and Von Wagner's out, that just sucks the air out of the room. They're still trying to figure out what to do with the women and who to take over to be that top spot. They introduced a lot of stuff for New Year's Evil, especially a battle royal for Roxanne Perez. So it's just like, I don't know, there's almost no direction there, and there's just stuff that you're used to. And I think the New Day right now are an anchor for me watching NXT.
Okay. I mean, I guess that's why they're there. So they're doing the job.
Yeah, they're doing a job. They're always entertaining. Yeah. If you did watch the Carmelo Hayes versus Apollo Crews match, though, they had a good match. I mean, Hayes does his thing. I'll give some credit to Apollo Crews and Carmelo Hayes for doing the sell, because from the top rope, Apollo Crews goes for, you know, a typical, what do you call it? A blockbuster. But he turned the blockbuster into a DDT, and Carmelo Hayes sold it beautifully. So great on them. Of course, the money man doesn't miss. He got the victory with his diving, one of the best flying leg drops I've seen. So shout out to him. And the other thing, which I guess Shawn Michaels watches TNA, because with the women's tag team champions, Kaden Carter, Katana Chance backstage, we have like some mystery camera shot where they're looking through the blind, trying to see what they're saying. And that's something Impact did quite often in the early 2010s. So again, Shawn Michaels getting inspiration from TNA Impact and his boy, Jeff Jarrett.
I'd also watch a lot of Dateline and do that same angle, but that's fine.
But you haven't seen it in the wrestling world. That's a whole other world. This is a whole other multiverse.
You're right. Impact is a whole other world I do not plan to visit anytime soon.
Oh man.
Listen
to Zemo in the chat. Enough with the Impact disrespect.
Oh, enough. It is never enough. All right, there's not enough money in the world that can convince me to watch Impact Wrestling. There's nothing on this planet, nothing in the solar system. There's no unknown mineral that you could give me to make me watch Impact Wrestling. With that, honestly, I hate when we talk about Impact and then we go on to something else and then we come back to Impact. So you know what, now
we're gonna talk about Impact
right
throughout
now.
the entire show.
Right now, give us the Impact recap. I ain't coming back to this.
No, we can't. We gotta, let it soak in. Get into the show. Get everyone in here. Details diving into the chat.
I don't want to soak in.
Speaking of NXT, Alba Fire and Isla Dawn had their Extreme Rules match. I guess NXT imported some of those New Japan tables because these were stiff as fuck. Alba Fire goes for the Swanton onto the table. Table doesn't break, so she gets Isla Dawn in a gory bomb to break the table. Good move, good victory for Alba Fire, formerly known as, what is her name, Kaylee Ray. That's the NXT recap. We're going to get to Impact later on. Don't worry.
Disgusting.
Impact is like a good sandwich. The meat is in the middle. We can't get there yet. It's not there yet.
It's like does your baloney have a first name, Knock? Is it INPACT?
Jonathan Gresham signed with Impact, according to Zemo. Is that enough to get me to watch?
Exactly.
It's enough to get me to feel bad. It's enough to get me to call Gresham and say, hey, man, times are tough, but they don't have to be this tough.
Oh, man. He's there with his wife. He's making money. He's killing it. And don't let it go over your head, Zemo. Eric is a former TNA Impact employee. He's worked there.
Terrible. That's exactly how I know how bad it is, Zemo.
No.
You ever go on TikTok and you see those Disney employees talk about how dark the real is working for Disney? That's what I'm trying to tell you. Next up on the docket, we've got AEW Dynamite. We had Darby Allin defeat Samoa Joe to become his third or second reign as TNT champion?
Second reign.
Second? Man. What do you guys think of that match? First of all,
Jumping straight to the main event. This match is beautiful. Joe, if you've seen the promo before this match, Joe is he's a master. He's my favorite promo, I think, in all of wrestling today. Another former teenage superstar in the main event of AEW. But I mean, damn, Darby. It's hard to believe Darby beat Joe, but the way he did it was special. He had the pre-match beat up, and he had the crowd was behind him. You see Darby crying on his entrance. I've never seen this man show emotion in his life. Great stuff.
very true. I actually didn't catch the tears because I was working while I was watching. But when you said that, it was a nice touch. But it was also made me think like, all right, he's winning. With like, if I saw it, like
That's
he's
true.
gonna win.
That's true.
I will say I wish they came up with something else for the finish because I love the coffin drop, but no matter how many times he does it on Joe, you can't convince me that hurts Joe.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Especially the back.
Yeah, like even if like the ref was out and he did it like with a chair or something, I'd buy that, but not just Darby landing on him like a little pillow or something. I don't know.
This match was really good, but it was just like, all right, now all the stuff that Joe has done, all the people he's gone through, especially Wardlow, Darby just kind of comes in and beats him. I don't know. It's fine because if you are suckered into $9.99 a month for Honor Club, good for you. But all the pillars or the originals are kind of holding titles right now, so that says what Honor Club is going to be worth your 10 Dolores pretty soon.
Yeah. Is anyone in chat? Do you guys have Honor Club? Is anyone into that? Let us know.
I had it, but I got ointment.
Zach, I wanted to get your opinion on Ricky Starks and the GOAT Jericho.
I liked it. I just don't like the ending because the ending stuff that we've seen time and time again. Ricky Starks just came off probably the I know it's debatable with MJF's promo before he left, but probably one of the hottest promos in wrestling of the year. And this kind of deflates them. It's what happens every time Jericho gets involved with someone. But I mean, it was an entertaining match. It's just the same old shit happens with stables in AEW. So,
How about you, Knock?
I thought it was good, man. Ricky Starks he has to win gold this year. At some point, some way, you got to make it happen. He has to have a nice run. He has one of the best spears in the business. I love the way he sets it up. It's different than everyone else.
Yeah.
In ring, he made Jericho look good. Him and Jericho had a good match. Crowd was this Portland crowd, not Portland. This is what, Seattle?
Yeah.
The Pacific Northwest. They've been talking about their crowds being amazing, this and that, and they proved it. This crowd was hot. But you got to capitalize. I got to see Ricky Starks keep building momentum. Don't slow it down now. I don't want to see him missing action for 2-3 weeks. Like, keep it going. And do something with that Jericho Appreciation Society. I mean, they're just like inflated.
Yeah. I would love a world where they don't exist, but they're here. So I guess do something with them.
They are entertaining sometimes. Like, I do enjoy some of them. I just feel like no one's getting helped in this stable.
Yeah. I feel like Inner Circle at least pretended like they were trying to help like people in there, but Jazz is not about that. That's not what this is about. In the chat, we got a few things. Zemo saying Darby had no business beating the Samoan submission machine. Primetime, Joe should have won. I love his title reign. And what happens to Wardlow now? Like Zach was saying. And Primetime asks, do you think Joe is leaving AEW?
No.
If you would have asked me this 2 weeks or even a week ago, I might have said, yeah, I think he is going. He's a Triple H guy. Him and Triple H are huge. But you know who else he's a guy of? He's a Jeff Jarrett Double J guy, and he's a TNA guy. He's staying. Now that Vince McMahon's back in power, he's staying right at home with TNA Impact Dynamite.
Disgusting. Big Boomin', I wanted my boy Swerve Strickland to win the TNT title. And Zemo saying he wouldn't blame Joe for leaving all his friends. Noob & Co., I'm going to come back to your NWA coverage in case, Zach, did you see NWA this week?
No, I did not. I will watch it this week, though.
All right. Well, then we'll go at Noob & Co.'s coverage of it a little later. What else went on Dynamite you guys want to talk about?
Yeah, we're not going to skip over Team TNA getting robbed, led astray, and flat out deceived of the AEW Tag Team Championships. You saw it. They won. 1, 2, 3. The ref's decision is final. The new AEW Tag Team Champion should be Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal with Sanjay Dutt managing. But no, we got to restart the match. Bring out a ref who wasn't even there, who should have been in the back catering, feeding his face. But that's besides the point. All in all, the entertainment value, this was the hottest part of the entire card, was Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal, man. Who would have thought they would have been the best tag team going?
Well,
you got to admit, the crowd was into it. Everyone was loving it. And
Jay Lethal, I'll give it to. I don't think Jeff Jarrett really sells.
This is all Jarrett. If you would have watched TNA, you would have seen all the shenanigans happening in their title match. You know this stuff happens all the time. This is TNA to a T.
You just said it right there. It happens all the time. Jeff Jarrett matches are there's a skeleton for every Jeff Jarrett match that he goes.
But this is new to the AEW fan. All this stuff going on. It had AEW fans were on the edge of their seats watching this.
You know why it's new? Because nobody watches Impact.
No,
because I've even heard of Impact. And first of all, don't you dare take away any of the excitement from the Acclaim. They had everyone scissoring their daddies like it's going crazy. They earned that championship. They earned that victory. And I am tired of seeing Double J on my television screen. All right, he needs to go back to beating up old men in their retirement matches because he does not belong on my TV. In primetime, no. I do not like Jeff Jarrett in Impact. I don't like Jeff Jarrett anywhere. I do not like Jeff Jarrett at all. I do not care if Jeff Jarrett is short or tall. I do not like Jeff Jarrett on my TV. I do not want Jeff Jarrett anywhere near me.
Oh, man. If you look back at the ratings, I'm pretty sure this is where it spiked. I'm almost positive this is where it spiked.
I think spiked is the punch you're drinking, man.
Come on, man. Everyone's been going crazy with it. And then the last thing I will say, if you would have seen the last match that stole the show, that stole the show, AR Fox and Swerve Strickland. Speaking of Swerve from earlier, Dasha, I love her as a announcer, but she butchered my man. She called him R Fox. That is AR Fox. He's been killing it on the indies forever. Everyone steals his moves. This man is finally getting a nice spotlight, and he had an old rivalry with Swerve Strickland. If you watch Lucha Underground, when Swerve was Killshot, John Moxley's favorite wrestler, he had a great rivalry with AR Fox back then. So definitely check out the old stuff. Check out this match. Zach, is this the first you're seeing of AR Fox, man?
Second. The first time he got brought into AEW was my first.
Okay.
But this was fantastic. Yeah. Swerve does not need those other two bozos. He doesn't need them at all.
He doesn't. And I was against this too because I thought this was like a terrible pairing because it made no sense. But when Swerve made his entrance and I seen him with him, it made Swerve look like more and more of a star. So I was like, you know what? Maybe it's not so bad. Because I don't think they're meant to be like they're his tag team champions to his world champion. I think they're just like his muscle. That's it. I don't think they're supposed like, as long as they're not wrestling, they're just there to be muscle. That's fine. Because Parker can't wrestle.
I get them being muscle. I just like there's better muscle out there.
For sure. 100%.
Yeah. All right. Anything else stick out to you guys? Or how was sorry, go ahead, Zach.
I was gonna say Bryan Danielson and MJF need to watch. MJF on the mic is man, honestly, like once Ricky Starks blew him out of the water, MJF is just treading water to me. And this against Bryan Danielson, this was like he proposed a 60 minute match, Iron Man match. Like it's about how long this promo was between those two.
Yeah, it might have went a little long for me. MJF is cool. He's good on the mic. He knows how to work the crowd, but it's the same shtick over and over. I gotta see something else. I can see another layer from him.
And his wrestling stuff. We're not going to see him wrestle again, and now so he's making another opponent jump through hoops. Like I'm already like waiting for the belt to go on someone else now. No, I like him so much too.
Yeah, I do think maybe he's gotten comfortable in some level because when he's at his best, it's great, but it's the same thing every time. I want him to be great.
Yeah.
All right. I can't think of anything else from Dynamite. Unfortunately, I think that means we have to go to Impact. I don't
Well,
want
hold
to.
on.
Oh,
Before we do, you're Tony Khan Dynamite here. You forgot
Oh
about the women.
no, no! I've
wow.
watched it for so long. I've become TK.
The main thing to point out is what Knock is going to witness this Wednesday, and that is the best wrestler in the world sitting next to Soraya, Tony Storm, getting taken out by a bitter Hiroku Shida. But then who comes next to be the partner
I'm
for Soraya?
I'm still torn if that's gonna happen or not. Like, I feel like it'd be a slap in the face to say, all right, this is our talent right here. Let's push him to the side and have someone else get brought in, a new talent.
That's true.
I think it's gonna be a multi-woman match. I think it's just gonna add to the match.
Okay, I like that, but the only problem I have with that is I feel like TK's done that so much to only have like one women's match. I'm not gonna appreciate it. I'm just gonna be thinking this is his way of reducing women's time. Even if it's not, I'm just gonna be thinking that.
Yeah. But like I've told you guys, and I said it on the Rampage live stream, if that does happen, this sets up a AEW pillars versus WWE people kind of feud for the women, which I'm all for. It's just, if it's executed right,
Yeah,
I'm good with it.
that would be cool. I almost want that to be like the number 2 feud of Dynamite. Because I think the World Championship should always be number 1. But
I can see that. I can see that. We got a lot of people to chat. Attila jumping in the chat. What's up? Zemo, Impact knockouts are better than AEW Women's Division. Impact knockouts are the best women's division in the world, next to Stardom. Stardom is on fire as
well. And before that, we've got Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal getting screwed again. Battle belts. Zemo, Jay, and Sanjay should be tag champions. I prefer Jay and Dutt as a team than Jay and Jeff Jarrett. JJ is overrated. Oh yeah.
I would love to see Sanjay Jet and Jay Lethal tag in AEW, but Sanjay said he's done wrestling. He's never gonna step in the ring as a wrestler again. So that's why I'm fine with Jeff Jarrett.
Okay. Newbin Coast has to look up Lucha Underground on YouTube. Zemo, Shane doesn't need henchmen. The Tilla has joined the chat saying, hey.
TNA is coming.
The Tilla say his name and he appears, I believe, in Moose dancing. I think this is the great thing about not watching Impact is I don't get these references and I don't want to. And are you going to be there live?
We are going to be there live. AEW Dynamite, AEW Rampage, maybe some AEW Dark, but we're going to be there live for some nice wrestling. Stat card.
Hey, you can just get your phone out and do a live Rampage stream right after Dynamite. But I don't have to do it on Friday.
Oh man, they're gonna come find me.
No, I mean, TK's probably subscribed to us. He'll just turn on the stream.
I'm telling you, Eric, if you want to run it down again, man, how much we've been, because I was ripped off with the final boss as well. We got the Justice League ripped off, the CEO. I feel like some of our thumbnails, our videos were just ripped off.
Mark Henry stealing your catchphrase.
Mark Henry. I was doing the main event a year before this man started doing it. Yep. He wasn't even the company when I started.
John Cena stealing my hairline.
Oh man.
I was going to say Cena stealing your work ethic, showing up when you need him the most, but prime time, it'll just be an appearance. Sasha won't wrestle until she faces Kairi at New Japan. And did you see how good the SmackDown crowd was last week in Memphis? That's why we need more shows here.
Yeah.
Noob & Co. Jade is still undefeated, and I get the feeling that someone might break her undefeated streak. Maybe someone like Camille from NWA.
They're talking online, and number 50's around the corner.
Oh, they were, huh? I didn't know that.
Yeah, they are. She's telling her Camille that if she wants some actual airtime, she's open for it.
Ooh, yeah, she's got to jump ship anyways.
Yeah.
Last two I'll read before we get back to business. Jay was screwed when Khan struck him in a tag team with JJ. JJ is hogging the spotlight. Yeah, that's a real spotlight sponge if you ask me. And lastly, the Tilla. I thought someone got Eric a YouTuber Insider subscription for his birthday. I'm getting a lot of hate for this. Jeff Jarrett, Impact, they're tearing us all apart. We used to be one team, West Coast Popcast. slash Just Us League. Then these two show up. Impact and JJ shows up. They're tearing us apart, people.
This man started a faction not even 2 weeks into our birth of the podcast. I thought we were always united.
With that,
man.
Until,
Is it time?
He waited just for you. Let's get this over with. Knock, tell us about Impact.
Let's jump in to the greatest show running for 22 years, Impact Wrestling. I want to start off real quick with the great... Get the clouds off the screen. Get the clouds off the screen. I'm talking about Impact Wrestling, where you see all your stars. Impact Wrestling, where you'll see on NXT, WWE, AEW, New Japan, wherever you go, you see TNA Impact Wrestling. But as far as the Thursday night show, we're building towards Hard to Kill, which is sold out, by the way. Sold out. Friday the 13th. We have Josh Alexander taking on Bully Ray. So now they're hyping up Bully Ray. He's a 2-time former world champion. He beat Jeff Hardy in a cage. He beat Chris Sabin in a cage for the world title. But now he's taking on Josh Alexander, who just became the longest reigning TNA Impact World Champion of all time, surpassing the It Factor Bobby Roode's mark as world champion, which is one of the greatest runs in history of any world championship. Just amazing stuff here, man. And then we'll jump into Mickie James, the production crew, everyone who is involved in putting this retrospective of her career together was amazing. It brought a tear to my eye, Eric. It brought a tear to my eye to watch this. It actually makes me believe Mickie might lose. She might lose to Jordynne Grace come Hard to Kill, and her career will be over. It'll be better than Ric Flair losing to Shawn Michaels because she'll actually be retired. But I hope she wins. I hope she gets the world title and keeps going. I hope she takes it wherever. I hope she goes WWE and faces Charlotte. Charlotte called her out. But Mickie James versus Jordynne Grace is happening. We also got Matt Cardona versus Chris Sabin for the first time ever. I don't think they've ever been singles match. So we're getting first time ever matches on Impact, man. Eric, check it out. Chris Sabin gets the victory, though. He's the TNA Impact Tag Team Champion and New Japan Strong Tag Team Champion. So move over FTR, move over to Usos. Motor City Machine Guns are back. The last thing I will say, or two things I will say. Bully Ray powerbomb Scott D'Amore. If you don't like Scott D'Amore, you'll love to see Bully Ray powerbomb. Add another name on a list of his power bombs through tables. He also powerbombed Dix Card to the table before, but that's not here or there. Now onto the women, the knockouts match. Masha Slamovich went crazy. She gets rolled up by the what is her name? Attila, help me out. The Queen Witch, the something Taylor Wilde, who also upset Awesome Kong back in the day for the world title. But that's besides the point. Taylor Wilde gets a win over Masha Slamovich, and Masha Slamovich goes crazy, beating up security, throwing refs. And we're going to get a big number one contenders match coming at Hard to Kill involving Taylor Wilde, Masha Slamovich, Deonna Purrazzo. Who else is in there? Killer Kelly. I think Tasha Steelz is in there. So it has to be one hell of a match. But as the Impact Wrestling roundup for this week. Oh, and she says, what do you think of Joe Hendry's music video for Moose? So I wasn't a big fan of Joe Hendry, but I get it. It's actually hilarious. He gave Moose a nice little, in his own style, kind of how they claim do stuff to other characters. That's what Joe Hendry did in his style to Moose, and it was hilarious.
I spent the last 5 minutes asking myself, what was the worst WWE match I've ever seen in my life? I would much rather watch that match on repeat than watch an episode of Impact Wrestling.
Oh, man.
Show me any match with Cameron versus, I guess, Alicia Fox. And
there's no way. But Taylor Wilde, she has like a nickname. I forget what it is. That's what I was saying. She's like it's like the witch queen or something like that. But Taylor Wilde is Impact legend. You counted the seats.
The seats for Hard to Kill. The general admission apparently is sold out. It doesn't look that big, but how many seats do you think around the ring, actual seats that are sold out? How many do you think there are?
Do we do this for AEW shows or WWE shows? Do we actually sit and count the seats?
So
Omer's mom do we get picked like this?
84.
84 seats now.
Listen, Eric, what does sold out mean? You told me you have to sell before you buy. Sold out means sold out. Okay.
I mean, that's true.
Impact sold out long before I came around. Long before that advice came out.
Newman Co says the Wild Witch. That makes sense. Zemo, Don West tribute was sweet. I still can't believe he's gone. It's crazy, man. I know he's having health issues. I really hope his family's doing okay. But Don West he was a treasure, man. He was great.
Yeah. Real quick before we get to SmackDown, I want to set this up so that when it's time, we're already set to go. In the chat, you guys, I'm going to put a link to a trivia game that we can hopefully all play together. I'm going to be sending this to Zach and Knock in our private chat. If you guys join now, it should put you in a room. And then when it is time to start, we will just start. But join now, and I'll tell you the room code in a moment. Actually, I don't think you need the room code. But if you do, it's 800126. I'll put that in the chat. And yeah, when we get to the game, we'll get in there after the recap. But let's just get in there now because once the game starts, you can't join. All right. Next up, we have Friday Night SmackDown. What's going on SmackDown? Roman Reigns went after Sammy Uso. That was a hard moment to watch. It was nice. Reigns went after him. He said that he didn't lose. Sami Zayn lost. His shoulders were on the mat. We're starting to see the cracks form. We're starting to see Roman get aggressive with Sammy. And somebody pointed out, I think it's like second, maybe third time, whenever Sammy gets in trouble, Kevin Owens' music hits. He comes out to take the heat. So they are.
Oh shit!
We're really getting to them reuniting. But what'd you guys think of this promo, this segment, to set up a Royal Rumble match with Roman and KO?
So I don't know if you guys
liked it. Oh, go ahead.
You got it.
I was gonna say I liked it because we almost know the path that the story's going, even if it does go with the Rocket Mania. But it's entertaining getting there. So I'm very fine with it.
Yeah, I'm excited too, and I'm fine with it. And it's crazy because like this is the third time we're getting Roman versus KO at the Rebel for the Universal title. Yeah, second year in a row and third time overall, and each time it's different. Each time it's a different dynamic, and I'm enjoying it. It's crazy. It's like this is all on them. I'm giving them full credit for this. And the whole Sammy Roman thing is crazy because like even later in the show, I believe Roman apologized to him. But I still think it's a mind work thing. I still think he's really messing with Sammy and breaking him down, man. This is some cool stuff to see in a wrestling program.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Is Roman versus KO at Rumble enough to? Because like usually when we talk about the Rumble, we talk about the big two matches, and then everything else is just kind of filler. Is this match going to be enough to keep you interested? Are you going to be watching KO and Roman?
You know, we started off the podcast saying it. I was, but Vince is back. So
wasn't I can't remember what pay-per-view it was that like I guess it was Survivor Series when we weren't gonna watch it, but then we're like, oh, Triple H is in charge, so now we have to.
Must have been, was it SummerSlam?
If it was.
I think it was SummerSlam. That's when he took over, I think.
Yeah. But now it's time to get back to business, back to status quo. Have our fun. What else happened on SmackDown?
We had a great tag match. The what do they call them? The Banger Bros or something crazy. Drew McIntyre and Sheamus, banger after banger, trying to get the World Tag Team Championships from the Usos. They lose, but it was a heck of a match. I love seeing these two tag together.
I'm sorry, they call themselves the Banger Bros?
No. That's the name they were dubbed. They didn't call themselves.
But
trust me, I've seen the memes.
So, what was it? PCB or no? The sorority, the submission sorority. When that happened, WWE was quick to shut that down. But Banger Bros, the one that everyone has heard of, that's the one that they're like, this is all right.
Oh man, it's a new era, bro.
Yeah, tell that to Mandy Rose, man.
That's true. Ricochet versus Top Dollar. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, no, that's it. Why are we doing Royal Rumble qualifier matches? There's 30 fucking people in the Royal Rumble.
And like most people are gonna just say I'm in it.
That's the thing that pisses me off. It's gonna be inconsistent. It's not gonna make sense.
Yeah. If they do that, they should have it be where, hey, just so the whole roster knows, there are already 7 spots filled for the Rumble with special appearances. every other people need to qualify, do some on main event and whatever. But like you said, it's gonna be consistent. So
Right. Like if they had some kind of like lottery system at least, where it's like, okay, you guys are in, and then as you said, do the matches, then fine. But even people just like just walk out and like, I'm in a rumble, deal with it. That's just
Then you have the special guests just coming in.
So Logan Paul is probably in it.
I really hope not.
You still not sold on Logan Paul?
No, he's cool, but like I think you can save that spot for. He's not going to be surprised
cool.
me. Cool in the ring. He's cool in the ring.
Yeah,
I know.
There we go.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean Logan, maybe Bad Bunny again. Maybe he gets another round.
Maybe. I heard a rumor say he's going to take a break from music this year. He pumped out like 5 albums in the past 2 years. So, I mean, he can take all the breaks he wants, but that'd be cool if he comes back to wrestling.
And he's going to be on the Gorilla's new album, which I can't wait for.
Shit.
Really?
Yep. I can't remember what the song was called. But he's going to be on there.
He had Song of the Year according to Rolling Stone from last year, and he had about 10 other songs or 9 other songs on that list as well.
Listen, Bad Bunny, baby. This man's killing it. I love his music, man. He's killing it.
And he was in my movie of the year, Bullet Train.
So you love it too, man. I love that movie.
I love that movie so much.
That's good.
Oh man, he was the wolf.
Yeah.
Oh man, and I'm obsessed with the song that they played for his. That's another point. If you guys see Bullet Train, man, it's on Netflix right now. We made we went to go see it. What, August? I think it came out August, July, and I was.
I don't know, not your girl.
Oh man. In the chat, we've had some good chats going on. Gale versus Khan was a great feud from Zemo.
Okay.
From TNA Impact Wrestling. Provided to you by
Sammy versus KO in Canada needs to happen. I'm surprised. Has that never happened in WWE? They never fought in Canada?
Have they not? Was it one of those weird pay-per-views, Battleground? Was that in Canada? I could be wrong.
I need to look that up because that feels like a big mistake if that's never happened. No one wants Dwayne versus Roman from Zemo. Tsunami, the Bloodline is the best thing going, and WWE is interested in Tamatanga coming to WWE and Hikuleo, apparently.
Yep.
Which is interesting because they both like Hikuleo. They have interest in Jay White too, and they both have loser leaves company match.
Which somebody in the comments just mentioned, which I'll get to hopefully. Wouldn't it have been if instead KO versus Roman was official? They made KO versus Zayn with a stipulation: if KO wins, he gets the title match. Would you have liked that?
I'm fine with it how it is. Well, I want to see like an organic breakup.
Yeah,
I think it's coming, man. I think it's coming. It's like the way they're played out is so well. We get the Chamber coming up. We get the Rumble coming up. This is great stuff.
Zemo says he hopes Thomas stays in Japan, which I could take him or leave him anywhere. He's a good guy. Go wherever he wants. Primetime, what do you think about the loser leaves company match between Hikuleo and Jay White, as Knock pointed out?
Tough one because they both have interest from WWE, so like both of them could leave if they wanted to.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine Jay White leaving because he is the top foreigner in New Japan, and that's gotta be a cushy gig.
He is, but I don't know what he wants, man. He's been coming over WWE to America quite frequently.
But the only thing is, if he does leave, I don't want him to go to AEW or Impact, and I'm not doing an Impact joke right now. I think he's too big for AEW or Impact.
That's crazy, man.
It's
crazy because like you didn't believe him a few years ago. You said, "Who's this jabroni as the Bullet Club leader?"
Honestly, I mean, he finally got there. It took some time, but he got there.
He did. He changed the narrative. He's shredded. He's looking like Wrestle Kingdom Omega levels, like shredded, and he's great in the ring. So
for real. Charlotte Flair just beat Sonya Deville in pathetically easy fashion. Charlotte will run out of opponents until she comes across Asuka at WrestleMania 39 in Hollywood.
Just want to point out really quick about that. I was kind of sad about that, but I think Sonya might join Ronda and Baszler. I think that's where it's leading.
I could see
and
it.
Also, Mike of the week for me was Sonya. She goes up against a very strong, now again champion Charlotte with a new face. and she was nonstop on the mic. She didn't miss. She didn't stutter. She's my gold star on the mic for the week.
Nice.
That'd be a good faction. And I mean, they kind of have a little MMA background. Like Sonya did a little MMA for a while too. And that was her first gimmick in WWE. So I could see that playing off.
Mm-hmm.
This is a question for you, Knock. Zemo is asking, what is the appeal of Bad Bunny? The Weeknd is leagues better.
Oh man, I got some songs for you then, man. Después de la playa, Hoy Cobré. Like this man got some hits. And the Weeknd is dope, don't get me wrong. But I think Bad Bunny has a lot more range with his songs. Like, and I'd rather go see Bad Bunny live than on the Weeknd, I think.
Yeah. All right. Is there anything else from SmackDown you guys are dying to cover?
Do we talk about? Oh yeah, you said the Ricochet. We said the top, the qualifying match. Ricochet got to win over Top Dollar, but also they turned Hit Row heel. They beat up Ricochet after the match. Strowman came in for the save. A little random, but the big thing here is: do you think how has Hit Row's been for you since they returned? And you think the heel turn will help them? Because I'll be honest, man, I liked everyone to Hit Row. I want us to succeed, but so far as the face on their run to coming back, I feel like something's missing. We all know what's missing. And I don't want to think that way, but they need something. I don't know what it is. They teased Shinsuke Nakamura being in there. I would have been okay with that, but they also need. I think they need someone to talk for them as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just torn on what direction they need to go on to get over. But let's see if this heel run works.
I'm torn on this because I do think a heel turn is good. I thought they should have came back as heels, honestly, but the fact that they're going against Braun and Ricochet is not bode well because WWE for some reason loves Braun like a son.
Yes.
So if it turns out that Ricochet turns heel and joins them, maybe he could fill in for that spot, but he would have to be good on the mic, and he hasn't hit that level yet. But we'll see.
He's on the poster for Royal Rumble. Wouldn't have seen that a year ago.
Yeah. All right.
There's a few more things. Did you guys see? So Scarlett had her first match on SmackDown. I know she's been wrestling some live events and main event, but it was Scarlett, Karrion Kross was Madcap Moss and Emma, the couples match. Scarlett and Karrion Kross get the win, and then they put Rey Mysterio's mask on Madcap Moss as they continue to brutalize him. Why must Rey Mysterio get just dogs from every angle I see, man?
For real. So they still haven't done that payoff yet with him and Cross?
Not yet, man. They're building. They're building.
Okay.
There was I don't know if you guys caught it though. Speaking of how quick you might have blinked and missed it, but the Charlotte and Sonya match at the end when Charlotte went to go get her title from the ref, she goes to grab it and she grabs it and yanks it from the ref like a heel. And she catches herself and says, "Oh, I'm sorry. It's bad." And you can see them like smirking at each other. Look like she might have forgot that she was supposed to be a face now.
That's hilarious.
That's pretty funny.
I like that. The heel is still in there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I will say, Noob & Co., I really appreciate you giving us that NWA recap, but we spent so much time in the recap. I'm just going to put it on screen. You guys are more than welcome to read it if you're interested in what happened. Was there any other show this week that you guys want to talk about, like including Rampage? Do you think there's anything that you wanted to talk about with Rampage, Zach?
They didn't do enough of what they did on Dynamite, showcasing the new look on Rampage, so it looked exactly the same, minus the entrances.
I meant to ask you guys too. So they did Rampage and Battle of the Belts back to back. My whole thing, I love Pyro, but more importantly, I love a nice presentation. Did they change anything? Did they give me any reason to believe, oh, this is a different show? This is more meaningful.
Here's how they didn't change anything. They just threw up the Battle of the Belts graphic, and then Darby Allin is still in the ring, who they just had on screen, the Battle of the Belts graphic, and then Darby Allin's still on the screen with his belt. So they had changed nothing.
See that bugs me because, like, I don't know. I like putting Rampage and Battle of the Belts together because that means you can get a bigger crowd, more people will be more invested to go. But you just got to change something up for me, man. Give me something. Take a few more minutes to just switch something up for me.
Yeah.
It's nice and simple. Drop some banners. You know where the crowd is below. Drop some banners that say Battle of the Belts and make it look like a stadium gladiator kind of feel to it.
Yeah, I would dig that. That'd be really good, actually. I'd tune in for that.
It's cheap. It's cheap. You can bring them around. You don't even have to put Battle of the Belts 5 or 6 on it to say Battle of the Belts.
I like the gladiator look, man. That's kind of cool. I mean, I started watching TNA because they had a 6-sided ring. So something visually appealing, something different gets people to watch. Besides Team TNA getting robbed on this show, shout out to Jade Cargill and Sky Blue for that one. That's the best finish Jade Cargill's had in her career so far. That was amazing.
I missed it, so I'll take your word for it. I'll
check it out. She caught Sky Blue in like a power bomb. Sky Blue had to go for her Karana, reversed back into a power bomb, flipped her into an electric chair, dropped her into Kenny Omega goes from electric chair to the German.
Yeah.
Dropped her in that, then hit her jaded. I bet this was someone's been traded. That's all I'm gonna say. Shout out to them.
Okay.
Sky Blue looked good too. She had a few moves. She had a really cool sunset flip power bomb, a different setup, and Orange Cassidy at Kip Sabian actually had a good match. I thought Kip Sabian brought something different out of Orange Cassidy. Got him aggressive, and I thought it was a good match.
An old school heel on Kip. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
And then lastly, wow, watch that when you can. I don't mean to say like Christopher Walken there. I'll go, wow, you got to watch the women of wrestling. Whoa. Fun little stuff there with some new people coming in. You guys aren't on yet, but they had some new people coming in for Lana Stars group. They got they needed a tow truck, and the tow truck are actual wrestlers. They gave them like free tickets to the show, and then they had a little feud on the show. So fun little stuff. Some fun vignettes they're adding to WoW.
Okay. I think we're getting close, man. I think we're getting close.
Nice. But yeah, always check out WoW. Great show. Support it. Check it out. Primetime points out KO and Zayn are 0-3 as a team at WrestleMania. Is this their year to win?
Are they really 0-3?
Dem versus Shane and Brian.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I can't remember the other two.
God damn.
Yeah. All right. So that is the weekly recap, I believe. Once again, unless I skipped over anything, you guys can think of. All right. Once again, check out the link in the chat. Join us for a trivia game. We can answer your questions. Link is in the chat. You shouldn't need the pen. I'll put it one last time, and we'll jump into.
I do need the pen.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's 800126. I will say it again. 800126. And I put it in the chat for you guys. And while we're joining,
well done.
Thank you. While we're joining, anything happened in news and rumors this week you guys want to talk about?
Money in the Bank in London. That's gonna be big.
Yes, that's gonna be huge, man. I'm excited for people in London.
Yeah.
And then Dewdrop is recovering from something, not really known what. And then I don't know if it's gonna show, but there is Muda's last match with Darby and Sting.
Oh shoot!
Oh, I thought Shinsuke was his last match, but okay.
He's been having a tour of last matches.
So
all
right.
January 22nd.
It sounds better than it is.
He's in that Ric Flair tour. I got it. Okay. I mean, okay. I feel like I'd rather have Shinsuke as my last match than whatever. His career.
Like he was hitting the big pay-per-views. Like that was a big Pro Wrestling Noah show. That was like their biggest show. They did the big Wrestle Kingdom show for his last match. Now he's having this. I don't know where this is going to be, but he announced a tour like last year.
Okay.
At least he did like, so I'm gonna retire now. A few years later, no, I'm gonna retire again.
Right. I'll give it to him. Any news from you now?
Just a few things. So speaking of the Sky Blue Jade Cargill match, I didn't know this, but apparently there's some heat between Corey Jade and NXT and Sky Blue. As soon as that match ended, they were all the wrestling news sites were talking about with Corey Jade. As soon as that match ended, she tweeted something from Grey's Anatomy where, "Oh, you want to be me, but you can't be me." Pretty much alluding to her stealing moves or copying her look or something. So I had no idea they were like not at odds or even knew each other.
So I saw an article pop up about like Cora Jade said she wasn't referencing anybody from AEW, but I didn't read it. So I don't know. Is that the same thing? Is that what you're referencing?
So I guess it's the same thing. I guess it's the same thing.
All right. I mean, I guess I didn't read it. So maybe she was referencing Sky Blue. I don't know.
I mean, we all know people take these blow these things out of proportion, so who knows?
Yeah.
Speaking of some other wrestling stuff, so the Jacksonville Jaguars, Tony Khan and his team, they won the AFC South last night. They're in the playoffs, going from the clown show last year to playoffs this year. Here's a video out now of Tony Khan running on the field and jumping into this Zay Jones. I hate Zay Jones, and Eric knows why. He jumped into Zay Jones's arms and screaming, laughing, and just crying, man. He dropped his phone. Like, this man, Tony Khan, is hilarious. Unintentionally hilarious.
Absolutely.
He's having a great year. This is what are we? 8 days in. This is his year.
Honestly, I mean, it would have been great if they kept James Robinson, but you know what? Whatever. It is what it is. They chose that team.
Yeah, you know, just for him to get it.
Yeah.
Shout out to Bailey for making 10 years of being part of WWE, man. A full decade of Bailey, still going strong. Her great run during the pandemic, man. And hopefully damage control get under control as well. No pun intended.
True that. True. Yeah. And also, I love seeing the pictures of Bailey going to Japan to support Sasha or Mercedes. Those are great pictures to see. All right. Before we get to the trivia, if you haven't joined, join now because we're going to start soon. I see Zach has joined. He's the only person I see. But I know that works. Before we get to that, there were a couple things we got to fix. So when we did the Poppies, we forgot to include a couple of awards, and we forgot to include some nominees. First off, the winner for Best Feud of the Year. I don't think we talked about this. We have Cody and Seth. You know, great feud. Good feud.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you want to say MJF and CM Punk, yeah, you know, they had the promo of the year. And then, my personal vote, Matt Riddle versus Triton, Seaweed and Clothes. How did we forget to include the feud of the damn year? I mean, this feud was built from perfection. It sees them work together. First of all, nobody believed in Triton, and then Matt Riddle took him under his wing. They formed the greatest tag team in WWE history, and then they had to fight each other at Mania for the title. They, in a Hell in a Cell, nonetheless, where friendships are broken. That's why I'm an executive decision. Seaweed implodes. Feud of the year.
This is crazy, man.
Homegrown feud.
Booker of the year. Now there's Triple H
himself.
I'm just reading the list. There's Triple H. You know, he's had some good moments here and there. There's Tony Khan, good for a long-term storytelling here and there. But then there's GM Eric, who booked Seaweed Implodes, who booked a perfect show, who gave you all the mastery that is Triton. Executive decision, Eric wins Booker of the Year.
No, surprise.
And lastly, catchphrase of the year. Now, we've all heard some great catchphrases last year. We had Scissor Me Daddy, which took the world by storm. We had Acknowledge Me. Everyone was acknowledging Roman. But then, can I get a flop in the chat? Flop, 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 flop. I already got flops in the chat going on. The West Coast Popcast was the West Coast Flopcast. Executive decision. Give me a flop. It is the best catchphrase of the year. And quite frankly, I'm embarrassed that I got a hat trick on this, but it had to be done. It had to be done. Knock, let me ask you a question. How many people, when you went on the street, how many people were just flopping in the street?
Not a single soul.
Where I live, a few were.
That's right. We've got flops going down. Flops in the chat. Thank you all for helping me fix injustice. With that, let's get into this trivia game. We've got Zach in there. We've got the final boss, and we've got Carlito. I'm going to go ahead and press start, everybody. We've got 20 questions. You're gonna have 10 seconds to answer each question.
Oh, I was gonna ask you. You can see me in there. I'm good.
Yeah, you're good. You're final boss. I hope, unless someone's impersonating you.
No, because it was kind of blurred on my screen, so I wasn't sure if I was.
That's what I got too.
Gotcha.
Okay, cool.
All right. So you're gonna have 10 seconds to answer each question. Some are multiple choice, some are true and false. Without further ado, let's get into it.
Oh man.
First question is, how many IWGP Intercontinental champions were there in its run?
Oh fuck.
It's just gonna keep going. The first WWE ladder match took place at WrestleMania X. True or false?
Fuck, it was false.
That's right. It was Brett and Sean. In 2013, who received the pink slip in the ridiculous Feast or Fired match?
2013? Come on, man. Come on.
Oh my god, I don't know. Shit.
Curry Man. Ricky Steamboat's return to WCW.
You sure that was 2013 though?
Yeah, it was 2013. I looked that one up.
Oh shit, these are still going.
Yeah, it's gonna keep going. I thought it does not give a pause apparently. Which of these is the only real pro wrestling pay-per-view name? 3 of these names are fake. Only one is real. Who was the first person eliminated from
I'm
the
getting killed over here.
Elimination Chamber?
I remember this.
Carlito's in the lead, by the way. This
is crazy.
Oh, damn it.
Which of these female wrestling promotions was not founded by David McLean? I will admit, 10 seconds is too fast. I changed it from 20.
This goes
that seemed too long, but 10 is too fast.
I'm gonna go Carlito. It was Kane that early?
Who was the first inductee in the Hall of Fame? The very first.
Oh man.
Andre. In his first year in the WWF, Big Show turned face/heel 4 times. True or false?
Let's go.
Which of these stipulations was not included in Triple H v. Shawn Michaels 3 stages Hell in a Cell? 3 stages of Hell in Armageddon.
Fuck.
This one is 20 seconds for a reason.
Seriously?
Who was the poster of Armageddon 2002? Think back to the last question. Who was on that poster?
Oh, that's whatchamacallit?
That's okay.
Who was the first person Randy Orton used the punt kick on?
Did I get it? Oh,
damn it.
Fuck. I knew it was Sean.
Who was the final person eliminated from the 2006 Elimination Chamber?
Fucking Chris Masters, what a waste. Come on.
Who was the tallest WWE wrestler of all time?
He couldn't teach height.
I'm getting killed.
Who was the first person Mark Henry inducted into the Hall of Pain? Carlito is still in the lead.
Fuck.
Well, it's the Big Show.
Who defeated Naito at Wrestle Kingdom 5 to retain the Impact Heavyweight Championship?
Oh, that's an easy one, man. Come on, bro. Come on.
Damn it.
Before joining WWE, which wrestler voiced the main character Jacob Cass in WWE 12?
Go Austin Aries.
Man,
I knew he did WWE
right.
work before joining.
True or false? Jacob Fatu is the only MLW wrestler to have more than 1 reign.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Trick question.
That was. And who was the first ever winner of PWG's Battle of Los Angeles?
The Phenomenal. Who the hell is Chris Bosh?
Chris Bosh.
I thought that was a joke.
I thought it was too when I looked it up.
Damn. Holy shit, Carlito.
That's right.
Damn.
Carlito with 38, Zach with 13, and Knock with 12. Props to you three, because this was the first time we've ever used this. Apparently 10 seconds is hella fast, and you guys did better than I probably would have. So props to you guys.
Now I'm getting robbed.
That was good. Thanks, Eric.
Thank you. You guys did great. Yeah, keep an eye out. Hopefully we'll do more of this at some point, and we'll have the timer better sorted out. With that, did you guys have anything you wanted to do before we get to the home stretch?
I think I'm good.
Definitely just keep checking out TNA Impact Wrestling, man. Keep checking out our channel. We got more videos coming for you. We've been on a hot streak right here. We're getting close to 1K. I got some AEW videos coming for you. Dynamite Wednesday, man. I'll be there live and in person. So your boy's excited. Last time I was at AEW was me and Eric for the first ever pay-per-view, first ever show, Double or Nothing 2019 in Vegas. That was almost 4 years ago, bro. It's insane.
For real.
But
changed. That roster's changed so much.
Changed so much, man. We've seen Kylie Ray there. Awesome Kong had the biggest pop that night.
Yeah.
Bret Hart was there.
Oh, that's right. Oh man, remember that awkward segment. But yeah, good time. But I hope you enjoy the show on Wednesday, Knock, and see the channel. Y'all can talk about Impact all you want.
Yes, sir. We're gonna be watching Impact Dynamite come Wednesday, man. Double J.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
Why isn't he there?
Let us know all the little things too, like how the sound is, how the pops are compared to TV. If you get a chance to, how the new set looks. Like when we went to SmackDown, it was when the new set for SmackDown was kind of revealed a little before that. We didn't really dig it on TV, but then you see it live and it really makes sense. So let us know the details, the small stuff.
For sure, and I'll be on the opposite side of the camera, so they'll be playing towards me, the wrestlers, and I'll be seeing the big crowd on the other side.
Very nice. All right. Well, with that, Knock, would you kindly take us in to the main event?
Well, it is that time, man. I know Zach's got something big for us. It's been a big week. It's a new year, but it's the same. It's time for the main event of the evening. Zach, take it away with promo school.
All right. Promo school is very simple this week. It is a new year. We saw how big it was for Ricky Starks to do a good promo against MJF and crush MJF on the mic. It was a big deal. Who needs to have a big promo this year? Like who needs it? So like someone like Omos needs wrestling and a promo. So I kind of don't include him, but who like Ricky Starks, who always needed that big mic moment because he could always do his backstage segments and stuff when he was with Team Taz and Hobbs. Who do you feel needs it? And in the chats, and if you're not watching live, leave a comment. Who out there needs that big promo moment because you know that it'll get them to that next level?
That's a good one. I wouldn't mind seeing Britt give one because she's always great, but TK's really kind of dragged her down.
Has she had that like, oh, that's her promo yet? Has she had that moment? She has a lot of great ones, don't get me wrong, but has she had that promo yet?
Best promos are against Big Swole. And then after she won the title, it was the hamburger party. So that's when I thought her big moment was going to be, but.
Yeah. I mean, has she ever done a promo with Britsburg? I feel like
she had to have.
Maybe
I think did she bring Najee Harris out for one of them? I think she brought Najee Harris and Pat Firemove.
Yeah.
All them. Those Britsburg promos are amazing, actually. The crowd is really all into it.
Yeah. Who else?
Say one of mine is, I don't know if they're gonna split up or not, but either way, Montez Ford usually leads them.
Ooh.
Dawkins needs that big moment. Eric, you notice how more agile he is and a little bit of weight that he lost and how more athletic in the ring he is. He knows he needs to get to that next level, and I think a big mic moment early on this year is what's gonna set him to that next level.
That would separate him. I'm gonna throw a dark horse in there. I'm gonna throw someone in there you might not be thinking about. Someone who I still have some juice left. Shelton Benjamin. If he can get on the mic and have a throwback killer promo, man, I really want to see it. I know he gave that great speech on Main Event. No one watched the Main Event, but they honored him for his 20 years. He just deserves more. I want to see him just come out, man, just kill it.
That's something also I did not like. So I props him for the 20 years. Props him, and I never would have even known about it if WWE didn't post it. on their YouTube about main event, but why was it on main event? I feel like I'd rather even take like an after Raw thing. Just
It's an
something
easy
with,
thing to put in Raw. That's a good point. You have
yeah,
3 hours to fill, and that's something special.
yeah. I didn't think that, but who else? Maybe Austin Theory. I think he still has some convincing to do.
Okay.
Who else in the chat? We've got Asuka, Charlotte, Ronda, Liv.
Ooh. I don't know if Ronda has it in her. I'll be honest with you, man.
Nah, she doesn't.
I don't hate Ronda as much as everyone, but I don't think she has the promos in her.
I'll agree with Prime
I'll
Time.
agree.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
What was it? I was gonna say I agree with Charlotte just because your dad is the best promo in the business. You got a lot to live up to.
That's true.
Yeah.
I don't think she's given that promo yet. She knows her
Right.
character, but I haven't been like, wow, she just blew me away.
She's really good at
she
the
worked
little
the crowd
things.
really well with the whoop that trick and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you said, the little things. We need that big moment. Maybe she needs a better feud. That's why.
Yeah.
If
She needs her Sasha back.
I was gonna say, like, if Sasha's gone, who's gonna give her, like, who's better than Sasha for her?
Right now, I liked the debut until she got in the ring.
Yeah,
That's my thing.
She needs
Well,
a
is it
Kyrie, I
too-
saw the move. I saw her practice the move before she went, and you're supposed to. Kyrie was supposed to bounce more, like you just got a rock bottom, and she
Yeah.
just laid there. That's why it didn't look that great. But the mic
Yeah.
skills were still a little off for Mercedes. But first appearance back in 7 months, so
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not too mad at it. It did its part, and I don't think that really took away from her debut and the impact of it. But yeah, that was a little part. And same thing with Charlotte. Her match against Shayna, she had a new move she wanted to debut. It was like
yeah.
a flipped clothesline. Didn't go over too well. It's the timing might have been a little off.
Yeah.
But that's what happens when your dad's partner's not in the company no more.
Right. I would say I agree with Prime Time. I think so. I'm having fun with Dominic, but I do think he could use a big promo to tell us that he's like, I don't know, that he's a part of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm still like he's still like NXT level for me. I don't think he's quite like made a roster like, oh, he can survive on his own. But this is helping out a lot.
Yeah. Which I don't know. He should have gone. Maybe he should have gone to NXT when he debuted. I don't know, but I feel like he's been there for this long that I don't like calling him NXT level anymore. Like they should have rushed him up to this point, and he should be past this.
Give him the same thing that I gave Flair. If you're comparing yourself to Eddie Guerrero, like you really gotta step it up on the mic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll do a random one. Nick Aldis, wherever he shows up, if he wants
Ooh.
to make waves, if he goes to Impact, he still needs to do this if he wants to go to WWE or AEW and get paid big time, like a big time player that he wants to be. He needs to give one hell of a promo because everyone has seen his matches enough to where they're aware of him. He needs that promo to know that he can set a crowd on fire.
I'm gonna say Cody, just for the hell of it. I think you'd never have too much of Cody when he knows what he's doing and he's not in his head. I don't think WWE crowd's gotten that Cody yet. Like
Nah.
not the AEW mouthpiece that we know.
Cody's an all-timer on the mic, man. I absolutely. It's his AEW. It's his independent AEW run that really solidified. Oh, this guy's an all-time great for me. All the stuff he was asked to do to be able to carry the mic, and when he left AEW, you see there was a huge gap, and like especially with the Elite, that they needed him as a promo guy. He was. Oh, like I know a lot of things was like, oh, Cody is not really that important. He came late. It was always the Bucks, then Cody, but they needed him for that promo work, man. He was clutch.
Yeah, they really did.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yes, it was a good thing about.
Yeah, nice discussion, Zach. Thank you.
Yeah, just one last one. When he comes up, which he will this year, and I've said before, and I will do a challenge if he doesn't debut at the Royal Rumble. He has to do this his first night, whether it's Raw or SmackDown, deliver the best promo he's ever delivered, because he will be in the mid-card scene for a cup of coffee and then skyrocket. Carmelo Hayes needs to start thinking about this now. The first promo he gives It shouldn't just be the catchphrases and the mellow doesn't miss. That should be a minor. That should be a signature at the end. I want a big promo from him.
I'd love that. That'd be very nice. Would you open the show with that if he the next night on Raw win or lose?
No, because he's new. I wouldn't put that on him. I'd put it at the top of the second hour.
Okay.
It's something that people will talk about the next day. I don't think it's going to be. I don't want to put the all eyes are on you right away kind of thing on you.
I think that. All right. Great discussion. Great discussion in the chat. Tsunami saying, did you hear New Japan Strong might be ending? Tanahashi said it in a stream. Did not know that.
I didn't know he streamed.
Exactly. Honestly. Was it stream video games or just like random? Let us know.
There's no way he's streaming video games.
I don't know, man.
I could be wrong though.
Some of these wrestlers, I had no idea they were into gaming.
That's true.
Primetime going back to Shelton saying Shelton should just leave. Oh, no, sorry, that was Zemo saying Shelton should leave. Primetime saying Shelton was better in Japan. Zemo, Nick has the promo skills to set the whole world on fire, and he's a Dustin fan. Dustin is better. He is a natural. Cody sounds fake. Primetime, Jay White has great promos. He does. I'll give it to him. He can kill a promo.
He does.
Yeah. And Carmelo Hayes is money, and he needs to be NXT champ. I'm tired of Braun.
I'm just not watching it enough to know if I'm tired of Braun or just not interested in the show.
Yeah, I'm not into it. I mean, I'm sure it's still good. It's just I'm not. It's my time still at NXT.
Yeah.
Last thing before we get to the end of the show, Primetime asks, did you see what they did to the Joker? What did they do?
It was a spell. It's not really like, I mean, technically it's canon, but
I don't like the way you're starting this off, buddy.
I'm not defending it. I do feel comic writers are lazy today. That's why I do not subscribe to weekly comics like I used to. It's a lot of retelling, and as you know, it's a lot of reformatting universes like they're going to do in DC with the Flash.
Oh no! What they do to him?
Someone put a spell on the Joker, and he became pregnant, and he gave birth.
The fuck? The fuck? Okay.
I will say.
That's not where I thought you were gonna.
Honestly,
you were gonna say.
When you said a spell, I was like, okay, what did they make him sane? Did they?
I thought he was gonna be sane. I thought he meant like a good guy or something.
Oh my god, no.
Yeah, it's. I will say this though, it is not as stupid to me. This doesn't irk me as much as revealing the Joker's name. I thought that was the most unnecessary thing ever. Everyone thought it was like this big fun thing for when NBC decided to reveal Cosmo as Kramer's first name. We don't need to know it. We don't need to know it. We don't need to know. Nothing you make up or think of is going to be as spectacular as the moniker that this one person has. So just leave it at that. We don't need a full name. With all the other stuff with DC, this is stupid, but the Joker's first name is ridiculous to me. Don't do that. We don't need it.
I think I'm okay with the name because I forgot what name they used in the Killing Joke, but in my head that was the name I always went with. But there's
another one that they redid. So
is the one like we can talk about this later off air because I think I know what the name is.
Yeah.
But yeah, the pregnancy thing is damn, that's just crazy.
Did this just happen? Because I don't remember seeing this.
The art's not that great. The storytelling's.
Is DC just screwed all around? Are they just like screw it? We've been in this game for too long.
You know, Vince is back.
Real quick, you guys didn't say it. Zemo says, as far as I'm concerned, Joker is still a mystery. Please don't say his first name. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
Okay. There's at least two out there that I know of. So writers keep redoing everyone anyway.
Honestly, like there's three that I know of. They just
okay.
Every writer is just like, fuck it, here's a name, let's hope it sticks.
It's always like John Smith. It's like, come on, he's the fucking Joker.
Right. I mean, the name doesn't add anything. But yeah, okay. Thank you for getting us into that. I did not know that. Don't think I wanted to know that, but now I do.
The art looks like something you'd find in the Sunday comics in your paper. That's how good the art is.
It's ridiculous.
Well, here you go. Our natural reactions to the news.
Yeah. God, I don't know if Mark Hamill knows about this. Does he know his character now has a name?
They're putting Mark Hamill through the ringer, man. The whole stuff they did with Star Wars, he was pissed off about that. Joker now, I don't know.
For real. With that is episode 140. Thank you guys for joining us so much in the chat. It's been a fun episode. These episodes have been getting going long because we have so much fun with you guys. So keep it up. The views have been great, so thank you. Be sure to subscribe. If you're not subscribed, you're missing out on the best damn show on YouTube. You can put that in writing and share it with your friends. I stand behind it. Zach, anything you want to share with the people?
Yes, thanks for everything this week. Oh, great week for the channel. Really appreciated all the new subs, everyone coming aboard. And again, if you want us to try something new like Eric tried today, let us know in the chat, especially tier list. We want to start doing tier list again and recording those and getting those out to you.
That's right. I've been playing around. Hopefully we can do a live tier list where you guys can join in and help us rank some of these things. Let us know why Impact deserves an F, why Cena deserves an A, or S, everything that you can think, you can dream of. We're trying to do it all on the channel.
We are, man. We're at 845 subs. Shout out to everyone who subbed. And we're so close to 1K. Really appreciate it.
So close. And check out the shorts. We've got lots of shorts going up.
Lots of shorts.
Yeah, those shorts they're pitching a tent over here. You know. But anyway.
Got a problem with Banger Bros.
Oh man, what is going on here?
But yeah, subscribe, check out the videos, and that's it. Knock, you wanna take it away with the one-liner?
Of course, man. It's been a good episode 140. Shout out to everyone. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. But of course, if you're looking, Zach, where can they find us?
We can find you at the forum this Wednesday. Be on the lookout for everything Dynamite from Knock live stuff. I'm excited for it.
True that.
We are, man. I might do a vlog, man. We'll see what happens. West Coast Pop goes Dynamite.
Very nice. Keep an eye out for him. The real show. Knock it at Dynamite. Thank y'all for watching. Stay safe out there. Be excellent to each other. Invest in gold. Invest in Just Us League Inc. Bye.
Buy a West Coast Pop shirt.
Damn, that's right. Do that too.